Yeah, I got heart, but I ain't got no locker, do I, Mick? I ain't got no locker.
You just need proper management, Rock. That's what you need. You just need proper management. You just need proper management.
Yeah, well, it stinks. This whole fucking thing stinks.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not the right movie. No! It's Rambo 5, bitches! The first official trailer has finally officially dropped. I mean, it leaked online a couple of days ago because somebody, I believe I think it was at Cannes. Excuse me, Cannes. It's the Cannes International Film Festival. That's how we say it here. Not Cannes. Cannes, my dear, Cannes. Anyway, so I think that's where it leaked. I think they showed the trailer there and somebody was, on their phone, and it wound up online. So yeah, it leaked a couple of days ago, but it's finally officially dropped, and I want to talk about it. So let's talk about it. It's a fucking shit show. What you think you see, what you think you hear, that's what it's about. Mood and atmosphere. No, it's fucking garbage. It's garbage. Mood and atmosphere. Now that I really like. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see. Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae here. Ooh, look at that. It's like you're watching this video in 3D. Okay, so what did I think of the first official trailer for Rambo Last Blood? Well, first of all, let me start here. I'm a big fan of the Rambo franchise. My favorite, I think, is First Blood, the first movie. I think that's most people's favorite. I liked Rambo First Blood Part 2. I didn't like it as much as the first movie, but I certainly thought it was an acceptable sequel. They took it up a notch. The stakes were higher. There was more action. There was more, going on. Yeah, it's what you would expect. It was fine. But I still like the first one the best. The third movie, I have a sort of hate relationship with the third movie. Sometimes I watch it and I'm like, oh, that was kind of fun. And then other times I watch it and I'm like, I'll just go back and watch First Blood. The fourth movie from 2008, just Rambo. That movie, I think I've had the most fun watching a Rambo. I mean, it was just so epically fucking ridiculous. And I mean in a good way. I was busting a gut laughing through most of the action in that movie. And I don't mean I was laughing because I thought it was, hilariously bad or anything like that. It just was, heads were exploding, bodies were exploding, blood was flying. I was just like, holy shit. Like they pulled no punches in that movie. I mean, that was the hard rated R, right? The hard R that Sylvester Stallone talks about. It's like, fuck, that was wild. But I thought that movie ended appropriately. John Rambo going home, going back to the ranch. It felt complete. We can fill in the blanks of what the rest of his life would have been like. I don't think there needed to be another one. I really don't. But of course, here we are. I thought the trailer looked good. I mean, it didn't blow me away. But I certainly liked it a lot better than I did the Terminator Dark Fate trailer, which I thought was an absolute dog shit show of a trailer for a variety of reasons. You can watch my video on that. Again, it doesn't mean the movie's not going to be good, but the whole purpose of a trailer is to get you hyped up for the movie, and it just didn't do that at all. This trailer was... It was fine. Yeah, it was fine. Like, there's a lot of action, what you would expect from a Rambo movie. Love that it's entitled, Last Blood. That brings it full circle. That's that nice connection to the past. Now, will it be Last Blood? Will it be the last movie? Who the hell knows? I don't think this movie is going to be a box office juggernaut. I mean, let's be honest here. It'll make a bit of money, but nobody was asking for this movie. Nobody necessarily wanted this movie. I mean, now that it's here, it's not like we don't want it, but if it had never come to fruition, you or I wouldn't necessarily be going, gee, I really wish they could bring another fucking Rambo movie. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe you kind of wouldn't mind seeing one, but it's not like, oh my God, I need one, At least that's how I feel. So, I like the line in the trailer though, death is coming and there's nothing they can do to stop it. You know what I mean? Like that's awesome. That's class. And of course, when he says it, when Sylvester Stallone says it, he can make anything sound epic. He can literally say, I'm gonna put on some bunny slippers and walk out the door and pick up the newspaper. And it just is like, yeah, that man's gonna put on some fucking bunny slippers and walk out the door and pick up his newspaper, bitches. And you know, he makes anything sound epic, right? So I mean, yeah, it looks like a pretty, you know, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it looks like what I would expect, as especially how the narrative is going to unfold. Like, it just looks like that. And what the fuck was John Wick doing in the trailer? Did you notice that? Did you see this guy right here? Look at the guy standing opposite Sylvester Stallone. Is that John Wick? I'm joking. Relax, everybody. Calm down. No, I don't think there should be a Rambo John Wick crossover. It was just a little bit of an observation that I saw that I thought was funny. And of course, he's surrounded by everybody with guns pointed at him, like how John Wick would be. And it just kind of reminded me of that. Calm your fucking horses. Yeah, so I mean, it's what I expect. The action looks really good. Missed my finger there. The action looks really good. You know, the story, we know, obviously it deals with a Mexican drug cartel, and he's got to go, and I think he's got to rescue somebody's daughter or something like that. I mean, it's pretty formulaic, but that's all you need. You know, as long as the action is great and it delivers on that front, that's what we're going to go see that movie to watch fucking Rambo tear shit up. That's what we want to see. And we want to have that, you know, boogeyman sort of, you know, feeling about John Rambo as well, right? We want to have things like, you know, death is coming and there's nothing you can do to stop it. It's like, fuck, like that. He's like, you know, he is the John Wick of that universe, right? Of his own universe. So it's kind of cool in that sense. And that's what we want. We want to get lost in that mystique of, you know, this fucking Vietnam vet, who tears shit up and fucking is stealth and comes out of nowhere and all that kind of stuff. So it looks like that's what we're going to get. Is the movie going to be good? I don't know. It's hard to figure out whether or not the narrative is, there's something to the narrative is going to be pretty what we expect. Pretty simplistic, probably pretty cookie cutter. But maybe there'll be something in there that we can glom onto that's a bit different. You know, maybe we'll walk out being like, oh, actually, that was actually kind of a cool story too. But having to rescue somebody who was kidnapped by a Mexican drug cartel, not really original, okay? I mean, there's been movies with narratives like that all throughout history. So, or some, you know, variations of that sort of type of thing. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe there's a little something in the story that we can glom onto. I'm not expecting something really deep, but just a little something to complement the action that no doubt will probably be epic. So yeah, it looks, you know, it looks fine. It looks fine. The hard thing I'm finding, as Sylvester Stallone continues to get older, look, when I'm his age, I hope I can be in the kind of shape that he's in. But let's be honest. Most of us, when we get to our early 70s, would die to have abs like he does, right? Especially at 70. You know, in high school, I had a six-pack, but that's high school, right? 70, you know, we all hope that we're going to be that. Arnold as well. Are they in the shape they were 30 years ago? Well, no, but they're still in really good shape for their age. But the older these guys get, especially Arnold and Sly, the movies, when they go back to their signature roles, which for Sly would be Rocky and Rambo, and for Arnold obviously would be the Terminator, it's hard for me to see. It looks almost spoofy to me. Like when the trailer began and you hear his voice, right? Like it's almost like somebody's doing an interpretation of Sylvester Stallone. It feels like they've got, like they're almost caricatures of themselves, right? And that's the only thing that I'm noticing now. And I didn't feel that in the first Creed movie because Sly's performance was so good. I mean, he was nominated for an Academy Award, and of course he won the Golden Globe. But with Creed 2, I kind of felt that. It was kind of like, you know, it's like, what's he doing in this movie, you know? I felt that with Arnold and Terminator Genesis, you know, and I'm probably going to feel that with him in Terminator Dark Fate. It just feels like they're becoming caricatures of themselves, of that role. And that it can become a bit of a distraction because they're so identified with that role and they're so way past their prime that I don't want to say comical in the sense of it's hilarious. I just mean there's kind of like there's a little thing there that's just kind of funny. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but, and that doesn't mean the movie's not going to be good and that Sly's not going to tear shit up because he probably will. But there's just that element that I'm noticing now. And so, the verisimilitude, the believability is starting to wane. But he's in great shape. He looks like an older, I can still buy it. I still look at the trailer and I'm like, okay, I can buy that this guy's an older former Vietnam vet, or not a former Vietnam vet. He is a Vietnam vet, but I believe that he's this older guy that probably can still handle his own. Like it does look, it's still there. It's just kind of, it's on that cusp. Like, okay, like this has got to be the last one because it's starting to look like a little spoofy. Just the idea of, it's just kind of like, it's like, God, how old is he now? 180? Like, I mean, it just feels sort of like we're getting to that point. But that doesn't mean the movie's not going to be good. And I thought it was an acceptable first trailer. The action looks good. Sly looks great. It's what you would expect. I'm not crazy on trailers having these songs. I'm just not. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if the lyrics match what the narrative is about. I don't give a fuck. I want, instrumental, action sort of something to get me pumped up, something to get me excited, something that gets my adrenaline pumping. And the Terminator Dark Fate, trailer and that song and the song in this trailer, it's fine, but it just doesn't, I want something that's, some kind of musical score that's going to get me excited. That's how I feel about it. So yeah, I don't know. I thought the trailer looked all right. It didn't blow me away, but, it's Sly in one of his signature roles in the year 2019. So obviously I'm going to go see it and my fingers are crossed that it doesn't feel like the movie should have ended 20 minutes before, if you know what I mean. That's my concern, is because I thought Rambo from 2008 had a great ending. Like, we can fill in, we don't need to know, he went home, he went back to the farm, okay, great, now we can fill in the blanks of what he did, and I'm just hoping that this movie, although it might be cool and entertaining, we still kind of go, yeah, it was good, but it kind of feels like it just should have kind of ended there, right? I don't want it to feel like that, and it might. So we'll see. We'll see how it, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So what did you guys think of the first official trailer for Rambo Last Blood? I do like the fact that they're calling it Last Blood. That doesn't mean it's going to be the last one. But if it is the last one, that's nice. It's that connection to the first movie, kind of brings it full circle. I definitely like that. So anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. What did you think of the first official trailer for Rambo Last Blood? Comment below and let me know. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemccrae. That's where I tend to post in the meantime and in between time when I'm not posting here. All the links are in the description. Links to my Patreon, my merch store, my IMDb, my Twitter, my official website. It's all down there. Check them out. And so in the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you guys soon. Cheers.